Hey guys, welcome back. We're doing another stream today. We're doing another course that was recommended a couple of days ago actually. So let's jump straight into this round. I've just got to make sure that I've got the controller all good. Yeah, there we go. Local match. I can never remember the name of the course, and I know I've just tweeted it, but I'm just going to, I think if I go, hang on, I search and I just go, hang on, Frigiliana. I think it's something like that. Let's see if that works. This could go completely wrong, but let's have a look. No, there we go. Frigiliana, Spain. Sounds Italian, but Frigiliana, Spain. 0 games for me. Welcome to the chat and welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. Right, 16,000 plays, so it's had a lot of plays. 4.5 stars, 18 holes, just over 7,000 yards. Normal firmness, fast greens, playing easy. And this is by Chris. So this is the guy that everybody was mentioning in the stream a couple of nights ago. Chris ZCE. So I think I'm going to have a quick look at this one, and then what I might do, if I enjoy the course, I will favourite it. And then I can see some of the other stuff that he's actually played. Dan's Golf 2020. Dan, welcome to the stream. I actually saw that you recorded a round on this course a little earlier today. I was watching your video earlier, so I know you've played this one today. So it'll be interesting to see what this is like. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just going to throw a little bit more light here. Just give me 1 second. I'm just going to pop this on. Be right back. Okay, we've just dropped a little bit more light into the room there. Hopefully that makes the camera a bit clearer. Okay, so everything's the same here. Let's drop the wind speed down to low just to make it that we don't have to think too much on every hole. We can enjoy the course. Let's go for the back tees, 7,185 84 yards. I will say, Dan, though, even though I did see that you played, I didn't see your final score. I think that I saw it fairly late on in the round. I was intrigued to see what you did on 12 because somebody had put a comment in the around the 12th hole and then albatross. So I did particularly look at what you did on the 12th hole, but the course did look good. I watched the first 3 holes and it looked really good. So I am really excited to play this one. Got a couple more in the on the list. A couple more recommendations that came out of last night's stream, so they've been added to the list. The one that I'm doing tomorrow, I think, is called Old Pharaoh, something like that. So that's the one that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. But today we are going to jump into Frigiliana. Okay, so greens firm, greens fast, and we put the low wind on. So let's get into this. Got a cup of tea here, so we are all ready for a Saturday afternoon round of golf. All right, let's see how we get on. It's definitely got a lot of bits and pieces in the build of this particular course because it's normally representative by how long it takes to load. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I saw on your opening shot, Dan. So it is reminiscent of a very sort of old traditional Spanish village, you know, the hillside, more so than the likes of sort of Malaga, where it's very flat and seasidey. This tends to be more sort of Spanish village, and that's why I thought it was potentially Italian, because the name sounds Italian, and then also the sort of villages on the hillside is very sort of Amalfi Coast. That's why I thought that it was it may have been Italian, but seeing Spain in the name of the course and also the Spanish flag there on the right hand side, 0 games for me. Played a round of the Rock. Ended up scoring +2 using master clubs after being +6 after the first 9 holes. Yeah, I mean, I played terribly on that course, so I can fully sympathise with you there. Alright, we're away. It is downhill, so we shouldn't have any problem reaching this bit of fairway. I can't remember what clubs Dan was using, but he was just shy of the green here, 320. I'm going to be way shy of the green. I did club down, so I think I might just play a little bit further back here just to allow myself that extra little bit of room, and then just pop it in there with a pitch or a flop, depending on how close we get it. 2 decent strikes on the opening hole here. That's going to give me really good position on the fairway. Now this is the difference that I actually said yesterday when I was trying to explain what makes a really tough course. If you remember yesterday's course when I was playing Black Salt, I can't remember what it's called, Black Salt something, Black Salt Lake or something like that. It's very much undulating on the fairway, so it made the lie of the ball imperative when you were playing your next shot. This one's quite smooth, so it should make the shot selection a little easier. I wouldn't say a great deal easier, but a little easier. 123, sort of in between clubs here. I might club up because we do have an upslope there, but I might just loft this up a smidge. Managed to get around -9, and he was on the pro clubs. So yeah, he's on the same clubs as me. That's probably going to trickle off the green. He's on the same clubs as me. -9. That's a good round. Anything sort of, I regard sort of anything over sort of -5 to be a good round, especially on a course that you potentially have not played before. So yeah, well done. Great round. Get in. Oh, that's a way to get a birdie. Black Salt Valley, that's it. Played that today. Absolute beast of a course. Yeah, Black Salt Valley, that was it. Right, so we birdied the opening hole. On to the second hole. The only thing that I found a little bit strange here was this bunker layout. He's got these strange looking bunkers. Now, that's sort of reminiscent of Oakmont, where you get these sort of, I think they're called the church pews. I'm not overly keen on that look on the right hand side there, but you know, I'm being super critical there, but I suppose I don't really have any kind of grounds to be critical of this course. It is, I mean, it looks great to start with, and it must have taken an absolute sweet age to create this course. Right, we've hit it fast. It's coming round to the left. Is it going to stay out of the rough? And more importantly, is it going to stay out of the bunker? Yeah, that's okay. 0 games for me. Thinking about using the pro clubs because I'm not playing match and I'm struggling. The only reason I really dropped down to master, I think it was more so on the PC, is that on the PC it is a lot. It seems to be more sensitive than it is on the PlayStation, and master, you've got to get it absolutely spot on, otherwise you are massively off to the left with a hook, or a huge fade off to the right, so or a slice you might want to call it. Right, 141.25, so that's playing 149. I'm going to leave it as it is, maybe de-loft it a smidge. I think the wind and the slope are probably going to balance one another out. Get up there. Bite. Is that another one that's not going to hold? Yeah, so that's 2 greens that I've not hit in regulation. Well, let's hope I can get the same result from the chip shot that I got on the first hole. Then we'll be laughing. I don't think we will, though. I think that's hoping for a little too much. No, hit that one way too firm. I mean, I play with the pro clubs. I mean, I don't have any issues at all playing with the pro clubs. And anybody that says, "Oh no, you play with the pro clubs, you should be playing with the masters," that's the best. You play with what you're comfortable with, mate. It's all about enjoying the game. Play with what you're comfortable with. To hell with what anybody else thinks. Just enjoy the game. Alright, great looking golf hole, this one. Loved the opening 2 holes. As I say, the only thing that I didn't particularly like was that bunker layout on the second hole, but you know, different strokes for different folks. It's just me. Let's see if we can get this nicely away. Fairly short par 4, this one, 356 yards. It is uphill, which is going to add a little bit more yardage onto it, but nothing really that's going to give us any bother. It's only going to be about 80 odd yards up to the green now, I think. Yeah, exactly 80 yards. Probably, well, it's playing 87. So what I think I'm going to do is drop this down to a normal stroke. 93 yards, little bit into an upslope here. Going to take a bit off of this. In fact, I'm going to take a bit more because of that wind. And see if we can put this high and get it to stop. Hit it nice and straight. We need you to die now. Bite now. That'll do. This is a very nice course, John. Thank you for joining the stream. You're all very welcome, and it's always nice to have a chat going on at the same time. Not only for you guys to have a conversation, but for me to just to know that there is some interaction there. So thank you for joining. All right, 11 feet. This is just, in fact, I didn't allow enough there. It is slightly downhill. Is that going to catch a slope? Alright, I'm going to have a tricky one coming back. So we've only managed to hit 1 birdie so far. I mean, I'm not going to lose too much sleep over the score. It's more about the course appreciation, just enjoying a Saturday afternoon with a nice cup of tea and you guys there in the chat. Now this is a nice looking golf hole. Yeah, I mean, let's not even beat around the bush here. I mean, this guy has put some proper effort into this. I mean, what a vista that is. I mean, you got, looks like a little hotel, volleyball courts, helipads down there. I mean, there's some time in it. I mean, that's not even part of the golf course down there. So there's definitely some real effort gone into this. Dan says, agree with you about the pro master argument. It's about enjoying the game. With Xbox, which I am, it's uber sensitive, same as PC, definitely less sensitive on the PlayStation for some reason. Yeah, and I found that I don't have to worry too much about even looking at the controller on the PlayStation. I mean, I play with the left stick on the PlayStation, left hand, left stick. The left stick on this is just far too sensitive. And I don't know because it's worn out or when it's worn out on my PlayStation controller, but it's almost unusable. I get fast downswing on everything, and that's why I've migrated to the right stick. Seems to be working okay at the moment. Alright, we need to try and get out that little slope, otherwise we are going to be having quite a big uphill putt. I think we are on a down slope, so that's going to push the ball forward. 170. You know what, I'm going to drop this a club. I think with the wind, the downslope, in fact, I'm even going to loft this up. The wind and the downslope is definitely going to push this ball on. Even that's going to be a bit long, I think. Is it going to bite? Yeah. See, I mean, even that was longer than I thought it was going to be. 180, so it's rolled on a good 5 yards. Leaving myself these sort of 10, 15 foot putts, which are making the birdies tricky, but still enjoying it. Still enjoying the course, guys. Didn't quite come in. It was that extra little bit that I allowed, because on the last couple of holes I've been below the hole on the putts, and I allowed that extra little bit, and it took it away from the hole. 1 birdie, 3 pars. Yeah. Nowhere near your 9 under at the moment, Dan, but we're going to keep plodding on, my friend. We're going to keep plodding on. Right, hole number 5, par 3. That's interesting. So where do you actually... you get to the... I was going to say, how do you actually get to that green? But just looking over there, you can actually see the little steps coming off the path. It's always interesting when I'm looking at when somebody's made a course, whether it's actually accessible. You know, because you get people that build these courses that you think, well, there's no way you'd be able to get to that green, or no way you'd be able to get to that tee box, and how do you get from that green to the next tee? So I like the fact that people take the care to put those bits and pieces into the game. All right, 70. Wow, this is going to be 15 yards is 75. 14, let's call it 13 yards. I think I'm going to loft this bad boy up, move it over a bit. Now what am I thinking? 13 yards, it's 20. 23 yards. That's 118. Interesting. Let's see how we do here. Pulled that. That could be horrible. As long as we hit the green, I'll be happy here. Yeah, that could have been so much worse than that. That swing line was disgusting. And again, I've left myself a really, really long putt, an unnecessarily long putt. I'm not going to put this too far outside the right edge. Just want to be careful that I don't race it past, though. That's the only thing. Oh, even turned on the edge of the hole. Mind you, the swing line was a little bit diagonal. So I'll take a par here and move on. Especially after that really bad swing on the last stroke. If not exciting, it's solid at the moment, guys. It's not. We're not setting the world on fire with this round, but hey ho. It is downhill here massively, so can we reach that fairway there? You know what, I'm going to give it a whirl. I think we probably can. Yeah, easy. Don't even know why I even contemplated that. And it's even going to get a lovely little run here. Alright, 117 yards. Pulled it. Shouldn't make too much of a difference. Should stop fairly quickly. Yeah, we are going to have a birdie opportunity here. Four feet. Get in the hole. Did you buy AO Tennis 2? No, I haven't bought AO Tennis 2. Is it any good? I haven't played any tennis in a long time. I've actually moved things around. This is my daily office now. I actually work full time from home now, so this is my setup that I use for working. I then have a games room downstairs that I use. My PlayStation's there. When I used to stream PlayStation gameplay, I used to have the PlayStation in here. But I've sort of split the two out now, and that's why I'm streaming on PC. So even if I did get AO Tennis, I probably wouldn't be able to stream it because I'd get it on the PlayStation. Is it any good? Dan saying, good scoring holes are still to come. Found the front nine played tougher than the back. Okay, interesting. So we may have some more scoring opportunities here. This is playing uphill here, so we shouldn't get an awful lot of roll. 110 feet uphill this hole. So that is adding an extra 40 yards to the hole. So the 392 is a little bit deceiving in so much as it's actually got another 40 yards on that. So it's playing more like, 442. Alright, 52 yards, so that's another, 52 feet, that's another 17 yards. This is playing 160. With an upslope, I'm going to go 165, take a little bit off of this. That was a slow backswing there. Alright, bite now. That's going to be a bit too fierce, I think. And it's going to be that 15 to 20 foot range, I think, again here. Yeah, there we go, 16. It's going to be a tough putt across the grain. Ooh, that looked good it looked good for a spell. It did look good. So we're through 7, no drop shots, 2 birdies, 5 pars, 2 under par. Hole number 4, stroke. Mind you, that was a stroke index 2. I didn't find that to be as difficult as what you'd expect a stroke index 2 to be. 18, stroke index 18, hole number 1, you'd expect to score on that. I should have really scored on hole number 3. I did score on stroke index 10, hole number 6. Should be scoring on 9. Should be scoring on 12. Yeah, there is a few scoring holes there, so let's hope that we can pick up a few shots on that back 9. Very much downhill. I mean, look at this. Look at the work that's been put in there, man. I mean, that is just crazy good. Yeah, loving this course, guys. Loving this course. I heard it should be a lot better, but I didn't feel the need to buy it myself. I hope it's coming to Game Pass. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I haven't bought it, so I cannot give you any kind of feedback at all on AO Tennis 2. That should be okay. It might even get a good kick to the right. No, it's not. It's going to give me a good angle on the flag though. I knew it was going to go a fair distance with that being that far downhill. 119, probably playing 117, so we're going to loft this up. Bite, one bounce, bite now. Yeah, that's good. That's going to be within sort of 10, maybe 11 feet. 8 feet. Cool. And no movement. Pretty much no movement. I'll be very surprised if this moves at all. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Stroke index 4 to get a birdie there. Dead pleased with that. Alright, it'd be nice to actually pick up a birdie on this next hole, which is the closing hole on the front 9. Alright, where is the flag on this one? Alright, so it's the one in the middle of the lake. So, the question is, do you go here? Ooh-hoo! Ooh-hoo! Damn, this is tempting. I want to have a look at this green though, because that's the bit I want to have a look at. It's so tempting. It's downhill as well, so that driver will reach 17, 18 yards off of that. That's 282. That driver will definitely reach. But there's so much water around here. I'm gonna proper pussy out on this, I'm afraid. I think if I was playing with the master clubs and I was confident in hitting them really well, I would have had an opportunity to take a 3-wood in there. But going in there with the driver, you know that it's going to hit the deck and it's going to run on 20 yards. So the risk reward there is huge. And I think this is a much better option, because if you look at where the green slopes, it's got that slope on the left hand side, the slope on the right, and then it's got the backstop. So you are going to be able to, you should be able to get this nice and close. I'll say you should, if you can hit the bloody green. Did I take too much off of that? I must have. Alright, so I've left myself a trickier putt than I thought I was going to. And I've hit it way too hard. Mind you, I thought I did it too hard, but so we get a birdie on a stroke index 4, and then we we par the stroke index 14, which is ironic in itself, but you know what? 3 under through the first 9, no drop shots. I'm happy with that. I think so far from my favourite hole was that 70-foot downhill par 3. I think that was a great. I mean, I didn't play it particularly well, but I think visually that's my favourite hole so far. Right, so this is gonna get a long way down there, 101 feet. The entire drop is straight away off the tee. So I have no fear here of running out of fairway. Didn't play it particularly well. It wasn't in the blue line. It was on the left, hence why the ball went right. Still 184. This is a long par 4. And let's have a look at this green. Rolls down to the flag, so I've got to be a little bit hesitant here. 182 playing 186. I'm going to drop this down. I've been going long with every single shot, so I'm going to try and come in here a little lighter. And try and run it up to the flag. Yeah, distance was absolutely spot on. Direction, not so much. Yeah, that par 3 was stunning. Reminded me a bit of the 7th. Yeah, I'd completely agree with that. In fact, I think if you probably asked him, he may have even taken some inspiration from that hole. Always tricky when you've got that kind of slope. You know, 5 inches downhill, 22 feet. You know it's going to move a lot. Stroke index 3, I'll take that. Stroke index 5, par 3, playing 185, playing 185. 54, so we've got 18 yards to come off of that. So 163, sorry, 167, 163, 167. It's always disconcerting because the target doesn't allow for elevation change. Again, distance absolutely spot on. Hey Smudge, welcome to the stream. Thanks very much for joining in. I haven't sunk a long putt today, and I'm not going to sink that one either. I've hit that way too hard. I mean, they're good lag putts. I mean, if I was a professional golfer, I'd be happy with the lag putts. Yeah, fine. I remember asking Chris how he does it. He says, Buddhist-like patience, modest guy. Yeah, I mean, you've got to put... I mean, this has got to have... I mean, I've built a course myself. My courses, I mean, I'm not even drawing comparisons because my courses are shocking in comparison to this. These courses must take hundreds of hours. They must do. Must do. Right, a huge par 5 here. Right, almost 600 yards, so it's getting 2 solid shots to here. First one in the fairway, second one in the fairway, and then we'll have a bash at the green because we've still got, I mean, we've still got 350 yards, so this is, you know, we've still got crazy distance to go here. Really skinny little bit of fairway here. And I think that's what makes this one tough, is the fact that there's a really skinny bit of fairway. And if you're out of position, it makes the approach shot into the green really difficult. Alright, we're gonna push this back up to this 93-yard shot. I find it easier to control this. We've hit it nice and straight. It should take one bounce and then stop. So that is exactly what I was looking at doing. 5 feet, no movement. This should be, with a stroke index 15, a birdie. All right. This was your almost albatross hole. So you went for the green in 2. Yeah, I think you would definitely have to have a good wind, especially if you're playing with the pro clubs, to approach the green in 2 there. But he decided straight out the gate to do Arctic Fury type courses and succeeds. Yeah, they are amazing, and they are very, very similar in detail, in depth, in you know, the time and effort you can see that's been put into this. They're very, very similar, very reminiscent of Arctic Fury courses. My only concern is that I'm going to run out of fairway here because I didn't take an awful lot of the downhill into account. I think it rolls up here, so we should be okay. So this is playing 102 uphill with a wicked slope. Bite. Bite. Yeah, I'll take that. 8 feet. Not an easy putt by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, turn, turn, turn. What was that for a... What was the stroke index on that hole? 13. I should have scored on that one. Should have scored on that one. Alright, 230 yard par 3, stroke index 7. I think that the difficulty here is in the distance. It's playing 235, so a little longer. The issue I have with this, I mean, it's playing 225. The issue I have with this is that I am in between clubs. So what I normally do is I take my hybrid, I de-loft it and play a stinger. My only concern with this is this uphill slope. It's going to take all of the sting out of this shot. So I'm just going to have to hope for the best, because there's no way I'm going to be able to control a 3-wood into this green. Going to take all of that pace out of it. Yeah. Chris also replies when you talk to him on the forums, etc. Not always the case on TGC tours. Yeah, it's always nice. I mean, that's why I always take the time to read the chat. I always take the time to read the comments on YouTube, because without you guys, I would just be talking to myself. So it is vitally important to respond to the audience, because the audience are without the audience, there's nobody to play his courses. So he would be making them for nobody. Have I left this? I've left that terribly short. 8 feet short. Ooh, we have the first tester of the round, but we managed to convert it. It's a solid round. There's no denying that. I mean, we're not pulling up any trees here. It is what it is. It's not setting the world on fire, but we are plodding along nicely. Real bit of lag there. .305. I still don't think we're going to be able to get to the green here. 256. It's probably playing 260. So the likelihood is that we would get to the very front of the green, which is exactly where we don't want to be, because it would leave a stinking uphill putt. So I'm just going to lay this up with a 4-iron. It is a par 5, so laying up with a 4-iron here is going to give me a much easier control shot on this third. It's playing 57 yards. I'll loft it up a little bit. I think that could have been closer. I'm not overly happy with that. Nine feet uphill, which is good. Oof, hit that hard, but it's in. That's a birdie. I mean, they've been at sort of intervals. I mean, we've had 3 on the front. We've got 2 on the back. We may squeeze another one out of these last 3 holes. As I said, anything better than a 5 under par round, for me, I'm happy with that. So I'm there now. Let's see if we can make it a little better. Another another hole that's sort of reminiscent of the other par 3. It doesn't have that drop. It's fairly flat. I mean, there's a little bit of elevation change. 28 feet. That's 9 yards. So we're playing 167. Don't want this to go long. That's the thing. Do not want this to go long. Oh no, I've hit a fast. It's still in the blue though, so we should be... I was going to say we should still be on the green. Suzaku is a course that got lots of plays and comments the last couple of months. Really lovely course. Tyro Albus is very good as well. It's the Tokyo Olympics course for next year. Suzaku. Okay. I'll be sure to check that out. Yeah, right. 11-yard carry. I don't know what to do here. This could be a really difficult shot. I'm half tempted. I mean, it's 17 yards. I'm half tempted to try a sort of a 70% flop shot, just to try and get the ball up and stop. Problem is if you don't get these chip shots all the way above that red zone, they're just going to roll straight back off the green. You know what? I'm going to go for a flop shot here. I don't normally try these, but I'm going to try and play sort of a 70-80% flop. Let's loft this up. Just want to have a look at the swing, see where it is. %85 power, very fast on the downswing, fast on the backswing. Left me in a really, really tricky position here. This could put the red number on the card. Yeah, that's put the red number on the card. Damn it. So, was hoping to keep a red number off the card. I can't even recall what the stroke index was on that, but the tee shot was just rubbish. 11. Shouldn't be dropping a shot there. Hole number 17, par 4. I'd like to get that shot back in these last two holes. Let's see what we can do. Downhill here, so we should be driving over the corner here. Way over the corner. My God. Suzaku. I've got to write that down. Mind you, I can go back and have a look at the chat. I need to add a few more onto my list. We've got another little slope here. We want to be pinging it into that so it pitches forward towards the flag, but it's so difficult to judge. 6, it's playing 119. It's playing pretty much on the yardage. I think that's not going to make it up. That's going to come straight back down that slope. Yeah, there it is. Oh, it was that little bit of loft that I added on there. And that's a 2-foot uphill. This is, mind you, this is for birdie, so if it goes in, problem you've got here is pace. This is all about the pace, and if you get the pace wrong, it's going to go flying past. The likelihood is, I mean, it's 19 inches, it's not quite 2 feet that, but it's getting it up the slope. Yeah, you see, this is the problem. 2 feet. And I've just absolutely beamed it past the hole. and we could end up with another bogey. So we're going to go really, really bad in these last few holes if we don't get this in. Get in, please. Thank God for that. Just that blemish of that red number. Got to birdie this last hole, especially because it's a stroke index 1. Beautiful looking golf hole there. Really nice work on that bridge. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's the green that we played to a little bit earlier. I think that was the 9th. That one where we were contemplating actually going for the green in 1. So yeah, really nice that the 9th and the 18th sit alongside one another. This is a long par 4, really long par 4. Is that going to run out of fairway? No, thank goodness for that. Question is, am I going to be able to reach the green here? My goodness, you can see why it's stroke index 1. Holy moly. Is that going to hold though? That's the main thing. No, and that's going to be a huge putt. Reichenbach Falls is another new course which is pretty stunning. I think I've actually played Reichenbach Falls. Kealia Reserve and Quincy Downs. Alright, I'm going to have to add these to my list. This is another one of these 2 feet putts uphill. 70, see that's closer to 2 feet uphill. Right to left, right to left. No green grid here, so that's not helpful at all. The only way to do that is you still can't see it with that. This is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough. I mean, and I'll be very surprised if we get this anywhere within 10 feet. 2 feet uphill, 72 feet. I mean, I'm so tempted to do a flop shot here. I mean, that's just gone straight left. It's going to hit that slope and just go down. I mean, this is another bogey. That was just, I mean, that went straight left off the club face, but you can't see it. You cannot see it without the green grid. So this is definitely going to be a bogey. We are not going to be picking up a 40-foot putt here. I mean, that's a better putt, 40 feet. It's anything within 3 feet is commendable, but that is now going to drop my round down to 3 under. But it's done, it's dusted, it's still under par. All the good work was done on the front 9. Should really not have dropped that shot on a stroke index 11. I mean, you can understand dropping a shot on 18. The smart play there would probably have been to lay up and play a flop shot or a chip shot into the green. You could have got yourself closer. That long putt, 72 feet, 2 feet uphill, was always going to be extremely challenging, especially with half a green grid. But 3 under par, I'm happy with it. You know, it's a beautiful course. Thank you very much for the recommendation. Guys, keep those recommendations coming in. I am building out this list, so when I you know, come to the end of the list, sort of when I'm on the last one, I'll ask you guys for some more recommendations. But I've got another 3 on here. I think it's Susaka, Susaku, Kealia Reserve and Quincy Downs are 3 that I'm definitely going to add to my list. Thank you very much for those recommendations, guys. Thanks again for jumping into the chat and joining me for this round. Remember to hit that like button if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel. I was having a look at some of my analytics the other day, and it was saying that 80% of people that watch the videos don't actually subscribe. So if you want to hit that subscribe button, if you've yet to subscribe, hit that like button. And if you want to get notified when videos start being streamed or go live on YouTube, then hit that notification icon. But until next time, guys, I will see you later. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Bye bye.